Today, I am here without Jonathan because Starlink went down 5 minutes before the show. Fuck you, Elon. I get to say it. Yeah. With a legitimate reason. You're screwing up my show, bro. Fix your shit. Thank you, everybody. I'm here with Deece.
Hey, what's up, guys?
He is a stand-up comedian, a writer, creator of the amazing, the disturbing. Shit, freaking stay. What's up, Mike?
I'm doing good. Just I'm recovering from a night of stand-up comedy. I was out last night at a show, went late, and then got stuck in traffic driving home. Goddamn construction in Texas right now, and I literally like midnight in my car in between like semi trucks on the highway at a dead standstill, just like eating mac and cheese with my hands because I was so fucking starving.
I know. I saw that post where you said that's reason 941 to always carry a pocket knife.
Yeah, well, you know, if I was in my car, it would have been different. I was in my girlfriend's car, so.
Oh, well, she's supposed to have one too, a bigger one.
No, we just have her. I just got her a gun, a little different.
That's good too.
I couldn't really shoot mac and cheese into my mouth though.
You can't open a can of oil with a gun. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You can, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Knives just have a million uses. It's just a great tool to have.
Yeah.
So
101 uses, baby.
So yeah, I'm getting all these messages from my co-host saying, Starlink, internet's down. Give me a minute.
Starlink, what's he? Yeah, in fucking Nova Scotia?
No, he's in Baja. He's in Baja.
Oh, okay.
Baja, California, down there in Mexico, where Starlink is the thing.
Oh, did he get deported? What happened?
No.
ICE got him, huh?
He's American. He's trying to get deported from there.
Well, I don't think being American is stopping them from deporting some people. They're rounding them up and sort them out later is kind of the
yeah, I ain't seen too many American citizens out there complaining about getting deported yet. So I'll let you know though if I hear about any. I hear about a lot of people have been here a long time and think they're citizens and complain about, oh, I've been here forever. And yeah, well, why didn't you fix that? Why didn't you? You know,
yeah.
I lived in Phoenix for 35 years, bro. I watched the change. I watched street names become Guadalupe de Avondale or some shit, Avondale de Guadalupe, and it's like, wait a minute, we're in America. This is America. That shit should say Guadalupe Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay. Because now you're trying to force us to assimilate to learn your language. No.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, it's like it became too much for me, man. You know, it's like now y'all just no, we're in America. You know, I don't mind learning. I already know, you know, Spanish. I was in prison in Arizona for 6 years. I lived in Phoenix for 35. Yeah. Okay. I can't speak it like they can, but man, I know what they're saying, bro. You know? My tongue don't work like that. Blah, blah, I got no teeth. You know how hard it is to speak Spanish with no teeth?
Yeah.
There's no rolling R's. There's no none of that, right? You just sound stupid. I feel sorry for actually Mexicans with no teeth.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I think just no teeth in general is probably makes it harder, right? For anyone, despite your race. I think no teeth transcends race, religion, gender.
Language wise, it definitely does, man. It's you're gonna sound stupid no matter what. You know how hard I work at making sure I enunciate everything clearly because I have no teeth.
Yeah, you gotta find those different parts of your mouth to use.
Oh man, it's I mean right away. And then you know how some people with no teeth, their mouth kind of puckers up over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they allow their lips to fold under and stuff. I never did that. I keep a complete straight facial expression. I hold my jaw in the proper place so that I don't look like I don't have no teeth. Right?
You
I
got
did
to hide.
train myself on all that stuff, man, because I hated the dentures they gave me.
Oh
They were
yeah.
horrible. If you bit down in the back, they come loose in the front. If you
Oh
tried to bite something in the front, they come loose in the back. And it was, oh my God, I'm just taking these things out. I don't care.
yeah. Now
You
you get
know,
these like implants and shit. Though they just
that's
put a
what
post in there, and
I'm hoping. I'm hoping I might be able to get some implants there.
yeah.
But my teeth ain't mine. That was a nice quick 10-minute filler. All right, what do we got?
Can you
Straight up, man.
can you hear this? Can you hear this air conditioner going?
No.
Okay, good, because it's hot as shit down here. I didn't want it to kill the audio.
No, you're good. You're good. We need more backers up in here, guys. Look, I see Deece promoting the hell out of this, and I know people backed book 1 and book 2. Don't wait until the end of the campaign. Get on in here. The more backers there are, the better it looks. The optics matter, people.
Yeah.
Especially in Kickstarter nowadays, optics matter. I mean, I get it. You want to wait until the end of the month. Make sure you know you're gonna have money before you throw it down on that Kickstarter campaign. But if you already know you're good, just get in here. Just get in here.
Yeah, we got some good perks, some exclusive covers. We got a CGC 9.8 signed edition of number 1. We're in there, available, all kinds of cool stuff.
I'm gonna play this trailer real quick.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna email it to me.
Okay.
Okay, so that I can add it to our, you know what I'm saying, add it to our queue at the end, right? With all that. Yeah. Check it out, everybody. Kill stand number 3. Oh yeah.
Yeah, quick little trailer for number 3. We've done long ones for number 1 and 2, so I assume most of the people coming around are familiar with the book, so I didn't cut a super long trailer for number 3. But yeah, it kind of gives you a little overview of the art, the style, and what the action, what we're doing.
So, excuse me. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah. Caught me by surprise. Okay. Let's give everybody a little rundown. Who Stan is? What's Stan's issue?
Yeah, so Kill Stan is about a guy who wants to end his own life, so he decides to do it through vigilantism. It's like a neo-noir crime thriller on the surface, but really it is a character piece about him and his personal journey of loss and trauma and crazy things we do when we feel like we have nothing left to live for. So like I hide it, people are like, oh, action, cool art, cool mask. And I'm like, yeah, all that's great. And then you're going to get into it. And you're going to realize, eventually you're going to be loving it. Then realize you are just reading a character piece about one man's journey. It really is. The action and all that is just a delivery system for the real story.
Nice. I like it. So how does he get to where he's at? Why is he so intent upon the end?
Well, that is a good question. We do touch on that a little. Issue number 4. is probably going to be the issue that reveals the most about that. But I was at a convention last weekend, and on Saturday somebody bought issue 1, and then they came back Sunday to buy issue number 2 because they like number 1 so much. And he started asking me questions. He goes, "What about this? And why does Stan want to kill himself and this and that?" I go, "We do talk about that more as the series goes on, but I will warn you that the more questions are answered, there is a good chance that you will just be left with more questions." I always say that like Wolverine was infinitely more interesting when we didn't know his origin story, and or like in the first Star Wars movie, when they mentioned the Clone Wars, everyone was like, "Oh, what was the Clone Wars?" That was, your mind swims thinking about what it could have been, and you fantasize all these ideas, and it just leaves this like void in this lore that's so appealing. And then one day they make the movie The Clone Wars, and you're like, I didn't need to fucking know. It turns out it was better when what was going on in my head was way cooler than this movie they made. So,
so was the animated version of the Clone Wars. Way better than the stupid movie that they
the
drew the lore from, right?
For a while. Yeah. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is like less is more, in my opinion. A lot of the times, this is a 10-issue series. It's not a series that goes on in perpetuity. So there is a definitive ending. What that ending is, you got to read to find out. But, I don't want to have this thing where we answer every question. We give you every single detail. And like some of it is like, this is just a slice of life of what's happening with this guy. And, we're going to, at the end of it, you may be left wondering, well, what about this and why this and why this? And, some of it is just left up to interpretation. Some of it is the mystery to ponder, go back and read again and ponder and figure out what, why you would have done that.
I like it. I also like the fact that I think one of the things I discovered reading the first one is that you do say a lot with the art that you totally ignore in the words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, who's your artist? Who's the one that's filling out the story? Because he's fucking killing it, bro.
Yeah, my artist Felipe Sobriera is amazing. The guy is really, I'm just really lucky to work with him. We have a great working relationship, and he's really, really good at bringing my ideas to life. I mean, there's like this car chase scene in number 2 that I wrote, and I remember writing it just thinking like, good fucking luck to whoever has to draw this, And it was before I had gotten, Felipe and I had teamed up, but I wrote this thing, and then, but when I gave it to him, and I'm like, hey man, there's this scene, and, let me know if you have any problems. And he didn't have questions. He just nailed it. He sent me the rough draft back, and I'm like, he's like this. I go, yeah, that's perfect. That's amazing. Because like a car chase scene in comic books is so hard to do. I mean, it's what I think Ninja Turtles number 3 was like the first real car chase scene, and then I think Danger Girl, J. Scott Campbell did it in Danger Girl in the late 90s, but really don't see that a lot. And he really made it dynamic. He makes things move. My goal was to make this book. I'm more inspired by movies than I am by comic books in my writing. And I was trying to make it move like a movie, and he really helped make it cinematic. His expressions, the way he draws characters he's very dynamic. And then also I can't not mention my colorist, Jimmy G. So I had a very specific color palette and tone, saturation, use of color that I wanted to do on this book. And it took a couple going back and forth with Jimmy to get that kind of palette down and what we were doing. So he knew the goal. but man, now it's the synergy is great, and they bring it together, and they just it's so much easier as we go.
Finding the right artist is always amazing, especially someone you can write with.
Yeah, I mean, he really gets like, especially the longer we go, obviously it makes a difference too, but there's like, very little notes. He just brings it to life. I mean, to be fair, I'm very detailed on my scripts. Like, I probably much closer to like Alan Moore's version of writing a script than like the Marvel way. I'm very detailed in what I'm looking for. The panel layouts, I'll do even thumbnails and breakdowns of like, hey, this character in the foreground, background, all, and I'll do things for him, but he is just great at making it come to life.
Heck yeah, it sounds like you have like almost like the film training, when writing a film script, you got to be a little bit more detailed.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, really, when I approach this more cinematically than I did
it's gorgeous
comic books, I love the medium of comic books. That's what I'm working in. But honestly, like, my inspiration is more from stuff like film and in literature. I took like I love cinematography, like Stanley Kubrick and things like that. So I really took that cinematography of like, how do I want to frame this? How do I want it to move from scene to scene? How do I want the action to look? How do I want the still shots to look? We, it's not a lot of wild out of panel stuff, big over the top action. There is some action, but it's very well contained, and it just moves really well, I think.
Amazing. Deece, I want to apologize. I had my Starlink crashed
oh, you're good, man.
as we went live, so I kind of missed the first half. I've been working on that. The kill stand you have, this is currently kickstarting. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah, it just started like 3 days ago. This is number 3. The first 2 issues are available now. This is it. Yeah, this is issue number 3.
Amazing. I apologize if you've already gone over this, but like, what was your inspiration when you were coming up with this story? I definitely see that it's got some like crime, suspense. That's the vibe I'm getting, at least from the art. But what was your inspiration?
Yeah, so I bill it as like like I mentioned earlier, it's a like a neo-noir crime thriller is what I would bill it as, but really that's kind of like a pretty hand-wavy genre qualifying way to describe it. We do a lot of that because of the color use is kind of noir. The tone, crime tone is, in that type of thing. But really, the book is a character piece about this guy, this vigilante, and his personal journey of loss and trauma and kind of the crazy things we do when we feel like we have nothing left to live for. It's a guy, basically the one-liner is, it's about a guy who wants to end his own life, so he decides to do it through vigilantism.
And see, I look at it like this: it's just death by superhero.
Kind of,
He wants to go out there and be a superhero, right? And he's probably going to die doing it.
That's actually, so the phrase. So here's how this story came about. In January of 2020, another comedian. I do stand-up comedy for a living, Jonathan, and another comedian, my best friend, guy I toured with and worked with for, opened for me for years, and we're, been best friend for years. In January of 2020, he took his own life. And then like COVID happened in April. So like, by the time that was kind of winding down, now it's this lockdowns. And I just kind of watched everyone I know kind of their lives fall apart in some way, shape, or form. Like, however people listening feel about COVID from any standpoint, I think you can all agree it really broke a lot of people, like mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. I mean, in every metric, it broke a lot of people. So I would say more people than the majority of people. And
I got to jump in here and say it's also the reason this whole network exists.
Well, there you go. So
it's
yeah,
absolutely the reason I work for myself.
Yeah, it broke Pops enough to decide he wanted to work with a bunch of psychopaths that do. So
No,
that's
what
what
happened,
this did to
I
people.
can tell you exactly how it went down. It's like Diamond said, pencils down. I had a lot of independent creator friends. And
Yeah.
it was like, now's your time. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
all we got to do is try and get you seen. And I started doing CromCon, and I started building a platform for getting people seen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's, yeah. So, I mean, some people did positive things during COVID. A lot of people, it was just an interesting time. Right. And I saw a lot of people kind of losing everything in ways, focused mentally. And, then there was a lot of civil unrest. There was a lot of interactions with police and people. And I kept hearing the word suicide by, or the phrase suicide by cop. And then I'm like, whoa. And the phrase, this, full circle back to what Pop said about suicide by superhero, literally the phrase suicide by vigilantism popped into my head. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I just let myself ruminate on that a bit and think about that as like a concept for a story. And then I kind of did some due diligence, like, well, has that been done before? And I couldn't really find anything that was similar. It had that tone. And then, given that my friend had just taken his life and how the feeling of everyone feeling helpless, I'm like, okay, let me fuck with this. And I started writing it, and it really just the whole thing came out very, very fast. So the S word,
I saw that.
Suicide. You can't say suicide on YouTube, or it's too fucking late.
Oh, that S word. I was like, man, I've screwed up.
Tank, hold on. Tank, you know me. We're not building a YouTube channel.
YouTube can suck.
They don't treat me good enough, man. They don't treat me good enough for me to give a fuck about them. I'm just saying.
And that's it just kind of it rolled out really fast once I started writing it. I mean, I wrote the whole thing in a couple months, and then it really sat around for a few years. I was things opened back up where I could travel again for comedy, and I hit the road real hard for about probably 2 years. Was just touring real hard to make up for some lost time. Then I moved across the country, bought a house and was kind of setting up shop here. And then I kind of had a break in my calendar last year, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just dedicate the time and finances and just do this project, and made it happen.
I find it very interesting, that you're a stand-up comedian. That's like your career.
Yeah.
And then artistically, you've created something that is almost like another side of your personality. Like the comedic side, you're doing during the day, and it's like almost artistically, here you are creating a artistic work. Cause I'm very similar like that. What I do, I write horror, and I am a positive, motivational person,
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like with the art, it's almost like we have different parts of our personality that we put into the art. Did you ever think when you were making a comic, I want to make a comedy book? Did that ever even occur? Or did you really, wanted to show this other side of your artistic creativity?
Yeah, good question. Well, first of all, I'll say, hey, Lori, how you doing? Looking forward to talking to you on Tuesday. And as for Headless Bourgeois, if my French is correct, which I hope it's not, those goddamn Frenchies. I'm kidding, Headless Bourgeois, you're fine. Yeah, Kill Stan is a 10-issue series, so it is a finite story. I have other stories I want to do. I have no interest in writing something in perpetuity. I like to have a beginning, middle, and end for things. So it is a 10-issue series. We're trying to do it about every 3 months, so it's not going to sit around forever. You got to wait. But once you start reading it, you will be clamoring for the next one. So please check it out. We've got, if you go to our Kickstarter page, you can get the first 5 pages of number 1, 2, and 3 are all up there. The other Kickstarters, you can still find them and get the previews. So, sorry, Jonathan, just wanted to answer.
No, you're fine. You're fine. The community is important.
So it's, I think dichotomy in art is really interesting. To directly answer the question, I really don't have any interest in writing like a humor comic book. I think there's comedy injected into everything I write in aspects, some more than others. I mean, there is comedy in Kill Stan. It's more gallows humor. It's more, fatalistic humor.
That's what I want to ask. Hold on. Do you giggle a little bit when you're writing it?
Dig a little bit?
Giggle. Do you giggle a little bit when you're writing this story?
I don't know if giggle is the word. I do. I mean, there's certainly stuff that hits me that amuses me more, that I'm like, oh, I like that. Because I've worked in a lot of mediums, right? Like I've worked in, I did music. I've done some film stuff, TV. I worked in radio. I do comedy. I've written books. I've written comic books now. And I think you have to. I write things that I, as a consumer, wouldn't feel like I would enjoy. So, when I can, this is the weirdest dichotomy. I write things that I'm like, oh, this is something I enjoy, while also being Catholic and simultaneously knowing that I can't be good at anything. I'm not allowed to have nice things, So it's like a weird dichotomy. Whereas like at the moment I like it, I'm always like, yeah, but also it sucks. You hate yourself.
So relatable.
I just like to write different things too, like everything I write, I want to take a different tone. Like I want to write it in a different setting. I want to write it in a different tense. I want to write it with a different point of view character. Like there's a lot of writers who are really good at what they do, but what they do is one thing, Like I don't want to be like John Grisham. Like I don't want to end up writing a bazillion fucking lawyer procedurals, right? Like what if oh, did you write another Pelican Brief, John Grisham? Fucking awesome, Like we don't like. I want to write different things. So the idea of this is that it is get so much different than comedy, where it gets to tickle a creative bone that is not used on the stage,
Yeah. Just a weird bit of lore I found out last year. Me and John Grisham have the same great grandmother. I am like directly related to John Grisham. Wow. Like my grandmother gave birth to his mother.
So that makes you second cousins or something?
Something like that. I don't know I don't know how that works, but I went and started finding out the fail. I'm like, I'm like literally me and John Grisham are just like never met him. Don't know,
Well, if you see him at a family reunion, tell him I think he's overrated.
I will. No problem.
Sure, that'll be a nice first meeting with John Grisham. Yeah. No.
You ever heard of Deece?
Yeah,
Deece has got some work for you, Mr. Grisham.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. After my grandmother remarried, she remarried to Grisham, and yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. I mean, listen, I can't. Here's also the thing. I'm going to talk shit because I think it's funny, but also I would sell out in a heartbeat. If someone was like, listen, I will make you a bajillionaire if you keep shitting out these crappy novels that retards read. I will fucking give you we'll back up the Brinks truck onto your doorstep every 18 months if you crap out another manuscript that Doubleday can fucking repackage and sell to idiots. I'd be like, fucking deal, dude. 100%.
I would take Michael Crichton any day over Grisham.
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Tom Clancy. I don't care who it is. I was like, I would, if someone gave me that offer, I'd be like, well, you know what? I have no artistic integrity that can't be bought. So
if y'all listening out there, y'all got some deals, hit up Deece.
Yeah.
Just described how Hollywood works. That's right.
Hey, it's a sad. Well, no, I did not mention the pedophilia. There's also a lot of pedophilia. Turns out
I don't think that's safe for YouTube either.
Rampant. Fucking. I don't. Yeah, well, sorry, YouTube. I don't know what to tell you. It's a shitty world we live in. A lot of people diddling kids. It's what happens. It turns out it's okay. We just, you can do it now. If it's one thing I've learned this last few weeks is that I think what's his name? God damn it. Who's the guy from To Catch a Predator?
I know who you're talking about.
Chris Hansen. I think we've learned that Chris Hansen owes a lot of people an apology. Because, turns out diddling kids is government sanctioned. So really he had this show where he just fucking trapped these guys who were just
doing what they were told to do.
We're just out here doing what everyone else is doing. I don't know what the big deal is.
The problem with me is it doesn't take any time to normalize any kind of evil anymore.
About a week.
Okay, it doesn't take any time. All they got to do is go out there and make a couple of, there's a story, there's a study, there's a this, there's a that, and people buy into that dumbass shit. Look, fucking with kids is just wrong. I don't give a fuck who you are, what side of the fence or on the fence you're riding. I don't give a fuck. You belong in prison.
Apparently our government disagrees, but I agree with you. But anyway,
Well, personally, I feel like that's why channels like this and the work that Pops is doing and everyone in the indie industry is so important, because mainstream dropped the ball with their pedo shit. Like their morality and their what they were doing off screen has made the majority, people like me, people like you, we don't trust them. We don't want your content. I don't want anything that you create, but they have created this industry, this indie industry that people like you, me, Pops, and everyone who comes on this network is a part of. We're here because they weren't good enough. They weren't the chosen ones, you know? And whatever we're building, when I say we, I'm talking about the independent creatives on the internet.
Sure.
We are building the replacement. Like Alex Jones used to say, we are the replacement for the dinosaur media. Like we are the replacement for the creative media that's been run by pedophiles.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying this is worse than being a pedophile, but they're also just creatively bankrupt. I'm not, you can decide, you people can decide which one you think is worse. But for me, it's a lateral move, right? But it's just this like whole agenda. And here's the thing that really like drives me crazy with it, that I always say, is that it's all above like even the pedo shit, but like the pandering of like race baiting and race swapping, all like the black square for fucking on Instagram. Here's the thing. They don't give a shit about any of that. If I thought they were genuine about any of it, it would matter, but they are so disingenuous,
Yes.
They do not give a fuck. They only care to make you think they care. Like
they only care every 4 years. They only care every 4 years.
Well, here it's like Nike's like, black square for Black Lives Matter, but also we're still going to use slave labor to make overpriced shit, or like fucking Apple's like, we give a shit, but also these rare earth minerals, cobalt's being pulled out of the ground by slave women who literally have to strap their babies to their back and go to work.
It's all crazy, dude. Look, I bought a pair of Nike golf shoes a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
And right after that, I found out about the true cost to make Nike shoes and how they're made. And I, saw this whole documentary, and I was like, I took my Nike golf shoes and I wrote "fuck" in the swoosh.
Yeah.
So it says "fuck Nike," and I
Yeah.
never bought another Nike anything since, right? Because look, you guys are paying $150 for something that costs $4 to make.
Yeah, and that someone got paid a fucking,
Penny.
grain of rice to make.
Yeah.
So
Well, everyone wants to fight something that happened 100 years ago, but no one's trying to, like, they're fighting slavery back then, but no one wants to talk about slavery today. People have their iPhones that was made by slavery tweeting about how they hate slavery. It's you are the problem. You support the problem. Slavery still exists. It never got fixed. It's something that has existed since the beginning of time, something at the end, but no one cares about slavery today.
There's actually more slaves today.
That there is no slavery. They only care about the idea or what they're told to care about, but they'll totally benefit from it all day long. They'll complain that they can't give people slave wages to pick fruit. I've picked fruit. I have enjoyed. I grew up picking cotton out in Lubbock, for fun, because we would go in the fields and go pick cotton.
This is where I jumped actually into the stream. I was in prison in Arizona for 6 years. They pay you 50 cents an hour to go on somebody's chili field and pick chilies. Now, here's the kicker. The farmer that owns the farm paid the government minimum wage per hour per inmate for everybody that's on. So the government or the state prison just sitting there making money hand over fist over slave labor. Because if you're only giving somebody 50 cents an hour
that's
to work out in the sun in Arizona, to work in the sun in Arizona, this is slave labor.
Yeah.
And the thing is you have to do it, or you pretty much get penalized, right? You if you don't go to work, you go to the hole.
Yeah.
That's slavery. Yeah.
The good news is anyone who wasn't already gonna support Kill Stan, I'm sure is now after this conversation.
Yes.
but
yes.
We derailed this. Sorry, I just go, but I derailed it. You give me a chance to talk, I'll start yelling about everything.
I pulled it up. I don't have time to look at this, but if you do read the 14th Amendment, it says it guarantees freedom to everyone except for the people who basically have felonies. Like, basically, if the state has declared you a non-thing, you do not have freedom. And that's why felons can't vote. They can't do that. So if you literally read the 14th Amendment, the 14th Amendment gives the government the right to have a certain population of slaves still within the 14th. It's right there. It just says as long as you're free with the state. So if you have a felony, you have forgiven your constitutional rights, and it has enslaved slavery into the Constitution of the United States. People don't want to talk about that.
You don't have to tell me. I lived it. I
was trying to pull it up, but it gave me some AI explanation. I'm like, never mind. I don't even want to do that right now.
I like getting ChatGTP and Grok to argue with each other.
Oh, yeah. I plan on doing that on Skyrim with AI plugins.
But, Deece, I do want you to know, the show is called What's Your Issue?
Yeah, that is one of
them. And I don't care how derailed you get. This is about your issues, bro. You get to talk about whatever you want. That's the point of the show. So, by all means, man, anything you want to talk about, that's what we're here for.
Well, those definitely are things that I yell about a lot, but you can listen to my show, The Social Hour, for that stuff. So I yell about that every single week. So on the Madness Network, every other Tuesday on the Madness Network, and also every Wednesday on DeeceComedy.com. So,
and he gets other comedians and other creators out here, and they pretty much do what we're doing right now, man. They talk about their projects and they talk about shit that sucks.
All kinds of stuff. I talked to some guy about AI, some AI expert. He's like a professor AI expert last week. That was fun.
That does sound fun.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Being an expert in something that we barely are at the precipice of, like,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It's like being an expert of the clitoris. How do you even figure it out? I mean, that's barely even real.
I was gonna say, like, being the expert of the radio, like the week after the radio came out. It's like,
you have to treat every one of them, and you have to treat every one of them differently.
Yeah. Are you talking about the radio or the clitoris?
Both.
Oh,
every one of them. I'm sorry, hey, you have to treat it all different.
Just want to be clear.
There's no standard. What worked on one may not work on another.
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out. All them fun sayings.
Always keeping it real here at Madness.
So anyway, Kill Stand number 3 available now on Kickstarter. I've got some great rewards. Lots of cool stuff on there.
Yeah, let's talk about rewards.
Yeah, let's get to that.
Digital copy, $7. Digital catch-up tier.
Digital copy of all 3 for $12.
Yeah, that would be the digital catch-up tier right there. $12. All 3 of them. You can get to just number 1. You know, probably just get number 1 and see if you like it and then move on. That's how I do this stuff. Physical copy for $20 right here.
Free shipping. Free. That includes shipping.
Free shipping in the USA. So $20 is what you pay. There you go. Physical copy signed because Deece thinks his signature is worth $5.
It sure is. For $20. You're undercutting yourself, Deece.
Yeah, I am really. You guys are getting a deal. So
okay. So you got to.
He's going to get a credit signing those guys.
Don't do it unless you feel like your signature's really worth something else. You know what I mean? Just physical copy signed and the comedy special.
Ooh.
Tell everybody what that is.
I have a 1 hour comedy special I released maybe 2 years ago now, called Not Your Cup of Tea. So you get the full 1 hour 4K multicam special I filmed.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have any of your jokes that you had in the show, have any of your jokes been one of the victims of one of those? Oh, that didn't age well.
Probably all of them, but I still do. That's my brand of humor. Yeah, no, I have one joke in my set that I call the Karen killer joke, because it's right in the middle. It's about in the middle of an hour. It's probably about it's about minute 20, usually if I'm doing my usual hour, and it will. More often than not, I will get a middle-aged white woman to get up and walk out of my show.
Success.
So, yeah. Usually this one joke, and it's a pretty innocuous joke. I grew up Catholic. It's about the Catholic Church. It may have to do with molestation. That's the world we live in. And they get mad at me about it, and I'm like, whoa, lady, like, is this the first time you've heard about priests fucking kids? Like, I don't know. I hate to break to you, like, it's been rampant for a long time. Like I'm not fucking any kids. You should be mad at the
you're mad at you for pointing out the elephant.
Yeah. I'm always like, if you don't like it, stop giving them money every Sundays.
Yeah, well, she's leaving your show, but she's gonna be at church on Sunday.
100%. It's the same thing with everything else in the world, where we don't want to hear the things we don't like, and that may, make us have to question our retarded ideas. So like that just makes her have to question why she does this stupid thing, and she doesn't want that. She'd rather just live in ignorance. So anyway,
absolutely.
So back to
it's that cognitive dissonance, I actually made a post this morning. I don't know if you are familiar with the Buddhist concept of samsara, where it's like the world that we're perceiving is an illusion.
Sure.
But the post that I made this morning that samsara is literally what science has called cognitive dissonance. We've created fake realities. And whenever we realize that what we have in our brain that we think is real is fake, it causes us discomfort. Well, people get mad at the people who create the discomfort for exposing the cognitive dissonance of the illusion that they've created, and they always shoot the messenger. They just shoot the messenger.
Yeah, instead of having to face the actual reality, because people just need their feedback loop. They just need their
my entire career has been attacking sacred cows. That's why I am a controversial person, because I have no problem looking the sacred cow and being like, look at this shit. What are y'all doing?
Yeah. That's kind of my brand of comedy. I don't have any sacred cows either. I always say, like, literally, you can't offend me. Like, I may think what you say is stupid. I may not agree with it, but I will not be offended by what you say or do. So
I definitely won't be offended for somebody else. That's their problem.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Anyway. I can't wait till society realizes that. For some reason, I've had a lot of problems with that this month. People think that their shit matters. Like their opinion. I don't understand it.
It's easy to find a feedback loop on social media these days. So
absolutely. Touch grass, people. Touch grass.
Yeah. 100. So anyway, so back we're little detour again. What do we got here? We got the physical copy of number 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. So
that's a good price too.
Yeah, that'll get you the main cover of all 3 books if you want to catch up.
$36 shipped.
Yep.
It's like the variants.
Oh, I didn't catch the free shipping on that. Holy shoot.
Yes, that's 36 shipped. So here we got Kill Stand the variant set signed and the comedy special.
Is the variant set a alternative cover?
Yeah. So we've got 3. There's 3 covers. Let me get there.
We can't see any of what
they're all actually. If you go to the that is the let's see. Where am I? What's happening here?
Right here, that one.
Number 3.
Massacre variant.
So yeah, that's that cover you see there. That's the alternate. That's the variant cover. Yeah, there's the 3 covers: the main cover, the variant, and then we do a limited edition. We only print 25 of that sketch variant cover, and then that's when they're gone, they're gone.
Brilliant.
We always do a limited edition on the Kickstarter of just 25, and then when we go to print for retailers, we do a foil version of the main cover. We just alter it a little. Pops, if you go up just a bit to the cover gallery for number 2 and 3, you can see, like, we do the main cover on number 1, and then we do a full bloody foil version of the main cover. So when we go to print for retailers, number 3 will have a foil edition that's going to look like the main cover, but in white and red. So
awesome. Yeah, the first time I was actually exposed to this style of marketing, I think, was when I discovered Xenoscope with the limited printing.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I don't know if someone might have created this before that, but it was the first time that it got into my awareness was when, and I got obsessed. I started kind of addicted to Xenoscope for like 2 years just because I wanted like the limited printing. So I love that that's kind of become standard, in the industry, because it's always awesome to have that one thing no one else has.
Yeah, especially for indie stuff. I think it's really key in it. And if something kind of pops off too, man, you be sitting with something that's real valuable on your hands also.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. Cool. So variant set signed comedy special, $50. That's the variant cover and the comedy special. Is that's only issue 3, correct?
Yes, that's just of number 3. So
cool. And just a question on the comedy special, is that a digital version or is that a physical version?
You'll get a link to the 1 hour special. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, digital.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right on. We got 2 backers there right now. Do we have any other rewards?
Yeah, there's a couple more there.
So you still have some of the limited variant covers for 1s and 2?
No, number 1 and 2, those sold out. Those all sold out on the Kickstarter. So
well, that's good. That's actually really good.
Yeah. So this one is a 3-pack. This will get you all 3 of the covers for number 3, and the signed and the comedy special.
Awesome, guys. Hop over there and pick these up because this project is looking amazing. And I love noir. I think I said that last week. We were talking about how I'm a huge Dick Tracy fan and how I feel like I'm the only one. I don't know that I've ever met anyone else who likes Dick Tracy.
Yeah, I just love that that style, that gritty, kind of raw, darker, the art, everything about it. Yeah.
I still remember the first day I opened Sin City #1. I mean, I can see it because it was a life-changing book, in my opinion. I'd never seen anything like that. I'm pretty sure Hellboy came out after that and kind of got on that vibe. But when I opened Sin City #1, I was filled with some type of excitement because I was looking at something new, something I hadn't seen before.
Yeah,
it was pretty amazing.
I mean, people can say what they want about Frank Miller now and what he's doing currently, which is, I'll say unique, but the guy was brilliant and innovative in his entire career and what he did. I mean, he completely changed the industry in a lot of ways. So,
I can't say that I'm even familiar with what's going on now. I'm assuming he's woke. Is that what it is?
No, his art style, he's just leaned more into the art style that he evolved into, and it's become more and more niche. It's very, art is subjective. It's very unique, and
I'm pretty sure I saw him do a DuckTales cover for Disney. That was very interesting. It was like Scrooge McDuck, and it was Frank Miller, and I was like, "What is going on?"
He did, his art style is just more and more unique. I don't mind all of it, and it's but I don't like a lot of it too. It's just kind of, but whatever. The guy's brilliant. He changed the game. So
yeah.
But and then next on the reward tier, also we've got one copy. I've only got one of these that we're doing, but it's Kill Stand #1, CGC 9.8, signed by me, gold label from CGC, so official signature recognized by CGC and everything.
Awesome.
So,
how many of those you got available? Just one.
Just one.
Jump out on the rim real quick.
So that'll be the only one. So one lucky backer will get that.
Jump on it, guys.
I'm going to go backwards real quick because I didn't get to say my piece on Frank. I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to be unpopular, but Frank Miller made Daredevil.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I don't think, is that unpopular?
It might be, there's some older Daredevil fans, but if it wasn't for Frank, he'd have never got me interested in it.
Oh, he would have. I think that character would have maybe faded away. I mean, not gone forever, but gone the way of characters like the Punisher, where they kind of pop up every now and then with a series and they're gone. Daredevil's a mainstay now. Like, you'll never see a month where there's not a monthly Daredevil book right now. And
if it wasn't for Frank Miller's Daredevil, there would have never been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And as a huge TMNT fan, that was
Elektra, being one of my favorite characters, also comes out of that Daredevil Frank Miller. You see what I'm saying? It's like, dude made that particular character.
Well, he made that character. He made Bullseye interesting. He made Punisher more interesting. Daredevil was, back in that time, there was a lot of books that Marvel only printed bi-monthly, not monthly. And Daredevil was a bi-monthly book. And when Frank Miller took it over, and this is why they gave it to Frank Miller, because they didn't give a shit what happened to the book. They're like, yeah, write it, draw it, whatever. Like,
go ahead.
It can't be worse, And then it became so popular, they made it monthly. And what people don't realize, I mean, this was in the peak of Chris Claremont's X-Men run. There was a time when it was outselling X-Men, and it was Marvel's best-selling book.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's how revolutionary Frank Miller was on Daredevil.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I still to this day probably would have never paid any attention to Daredevil, except for the fact that Frank made it something I was interested in.
Yeah, well, I will say this, and this is maybe a continuation of your thought, that I think that Daredevil has quietly and consistently been the best book Marvel has produced for the last 40 years. Because even after Frank Miller left, you had a lot of, Annie Nocenti had a great run. Chichester wrote it for a while, which is pretty good. But the 90s dropped a little, but then you get into like Kevin Smith, Bendis, Brubaker, Soule, Mark Waid, Zdarsky. I mean, it's like it's just been for the last 40 years just been fucking gangbusters, and nobody talks about it enough how good Daredevil has consistently been written as a character. It's so funny that like it's been great for 40 years, but it's always considered like, oh yeah, Daredevil, he's around. You're like, no, this has been the most consistently well-written book for so long.
Yeah. I was given one Christmas by my brother a Daredevil not omnibus, it's the Essentials, the black and white.
Oh, yeah.
They got thick. He gave it to me for Christmas one year, and I was like 16 or 17. And the weirdest thing, I read the first like 4 or 5 issues, and I was like, this dude's blind. He works out every day. He goes to college, not being able to see. And then when he gets out of college, he does his homework, he gets in the gym, and then he goes out at night and fights crime. I can fit the gym in my fucking schedule. And this is true lore. 100%. I started in the gym because of the Stan Lee Daredevils, the first 4 issues. I read it. Wow. And I'm like, if this blind dude can go to college and go to the gym, I can go to the freaking gym. Yeah. So 100%. Daredevil was the character who inspired me to get into fitness because he had no powers. He was disabled and he was still badass. And I was like, I'm not even disabled, bro. I could be badass too.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been having problems trying to become blind, but I mean.
So there you heard it here, you lazy pieces of shit. You got no excuse. Get your ass to the gym.
You're not blind. Get in the gym.
We got the nine book set, all 9 books, 3 variant covers of 1, 2, and 3 for $135. Free shipping, $135. And switch pay. And the variant set signed and the live comedy show. You get everything.
And then I will come to you and give you and your friends a live 1-hour comedy show.
No way.
Yeah. In America. Sorry, not Mexico. Actually, I'd go to Mexico.
Man, come on.
I'd go to Mexico. I'll go. Yeah.
I'll pick you up.
$800, man. $800. Deece, come do a live comedy show at the venue of our choice.
We usually do it I would say in home, but if you got another place, we can do it at a venue somewhere.
I mean, I could probably talk a local bar into letting us set you up there. It's like, dude, he's coming into town. He's going to do a live show. I need a place to put him.
That's right. Levi, even in Spokane. Yeah, I'd come back to Spokane and do shows there. I got plenty of places. I'll do the comedy club at Spokane again. It's been a while. Hey, Levi, if you're in I remember you. You're in Spokane. I will be at the next month, August. I'm doing the Powerhouse Convention in Tri-Cities in Pasco. So I'll be in Pasco, Washington, doing that comedy Comic-Con, and then I'm doing a bunch of comedy shows in Central Washington and Western Washington. So come over to Pasco, come to the convention, and come see me talk shit for an hour on stage.
Love it.
Oh, yeah. See, I got to mess with Vic McNola. He was at Hall of Heroes Con when I was there a couple weeks ago, and he was doing a panel, and he started to do a Q&A, and of course I had to be the guy. And what was the project you worked on that you regret the most?
Oh no.
Put him on the spot in front of everybody live, and dude handled it with class.
What was his answer?
I know. Yeah.
I don't even remember. And my cameraman wasn't filming.
Oh, jeez.
But it was just, I was just glad. Look, I go to interact with people to find out who they are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he could have shined that answer on and said, no, I don't really want to talk bad about anything, you know, or anything like that. But he didn't. He went into a 5-minute story about the project he regretted working on the most. And it was pretty cool, right? But like I said, I don't even remember, because it wasn't that I wanted to know the answer. I wanted to know if he would answer it.
Yeah.
I want to know who people are, man. I want to know who you are. You a facade or are you real?
Yeah.
You see, I found out that day. It's real.
Did you say facade or Mossad?
I said facade.
Because both of those things are fake, it turns out.
Yeah.
YouTube executives are like having a meeting right now about this stream. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but every time you use that P word on YouTube, we give an executive an aneurysm.
Yeah, right.
These guys are like, what are we gonna do?
I wish every time we said that word, they set a kid free.
That'd be amazing.
Wow.
Spam the chat. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
So, like I said earlier, this show is about, you know, what you want to talk about. So by all means, any con things coming up, anything you got coming up, let everybody know. You know.
Yeah. Let's. So, guys, everyone listening, please follow me on inferno.earth on Instagram. That's for the comic book page. That's where I'm most active with the comic book information. That'll give you links to all of our Facebook, all other stuff, the Kickstarters, as well as our website, which is also inferno.earth. There's no .com. .earth is the domain. You can buy all of what we've got a shop on our website, so you can buy all past issues and digital versions on the website inferno.earth. Also, if you have questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I will answer you. Just hit me up. But please, check out the Kickstarter. There's lots of ways, lots of tiers, lots of options. You can catch up with number 1 and number 2 on there. And
now, if you're like me, you're going to run over to inferno.earth. If you've never read this and you're interested, you're going to order number 1 right now. And it's going to come to your house in a few days, and you're going to read it, and then you're going to go, oh, this is pretty cool. And then you're going to have to make a decision. Do you order number 2 straight from inferno.earth, or do you wait and get 2 and 3 with the Kickstarter? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But either way, if you're like me, you're going to go check out number 1, and that's going to decide for you whether or not you're going to carry on with the series. You can get number 1 without waiting right now. You can go to inferno.earth. You can get the PDF, or you can get the physical sent to you right now. You don't have to wait till the campaign ends and all that. So, you know, like I said, if you're like me, you're going to want to check out number 1. You're going to want to know if it's your thing, if it's something that you know that bit you, and you're going to have to find out if you got rabies.
Yeah, and I am very confident if you read number 1, you're going to want to read number 2. And if you read number 2, you are going to want to read number 3. I've had very few people, I don't know if I've had anyone read number 1. It was the ending of number 1 is enough to make you go, well, I got to know what's happening in this next issue. So yeah, check it out. If you're looking for a specific cover or anything, like I said, hit me up. Let's talk. We'll figure it out to get it to you and make it happen. I've got a ton of conventions coming up I'm doing. We've got them all posted on the Instagram page. And also, if you like comedy, follow me on deece.comedy on Instagram. I do comedy all across the country, so I'm always around somewhere slinging jokes. I got my calendar up there for dates. If you want to watch the comedy special, you can go to my website, deececomedy.com. There's a Not Your Cup of Tea link. Click that link. We've got a deal on the website now where you can pay whatever you want to get the 1 hour special. $5-10 doesn't matter. You can even pay $1. It's a dick move, but you'll still get it. After PayPal, I net like 37 cents, but I'll still send it to you, piece of shit. Or you can just go to the Kickstarter and grab a tier with the special and you'll get it also. And then I've got, like I said, the Social Hour, my podcast, new episodes on my website for just the audio version come out every Wednesday. And then on Madness Network, where every other Tuesday you get the video version. I talk with all kinds of people. I've had presidential candidates on. I've talked to, big time comic book creators, Kevin Eastman, Fabian Nicienza, Eric Larson, and more, to AI experts and just weird people I want to talk to, comedians, other creators, all kinds of stuff. So check it out.
Awesome. Tell Eastman I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
I probably would have never gotten in if it wasn't for that original series. That was the one that the original Eastman and Laird TMNT books were like. That's what got me hooked.
We have two things autographed by Kevin Eastman. I have a Turtles book and a Denver Comic-Con program. It's got everybody's autograph on it. It's bad.
Jonathan, I'm gonna show you something.
Uh-oh.
But you're gonna have to get real close.
This is
it signed?
Signed and remarked by Kevin Eastman.
Holy shit, are you selling it?
God no.
I wouldn't either.
God no.
I got one like that, dude. It's not that particular one, but I have one that's also signed and remarked.
Yeah, that's a prized possession for me. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to save up money for that omnibus because they just released the omnibus, but they only did it in a limited print, and so it's already up there in price.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, since IDW has the rights now, they've found ways. They'll keep reprinting it. They'll do another print of stuff, and so.
Yeah, my Secret Wars #8 is now my prized possession.
Original?
I got Zek and Shooter.
Oh. Well, yeah, and you can't get a Shooter signature anymore.
No more. Lucky, man. It was like just a couple of years ago at Hall of Heroes. Our LCS, Buy Me Toys in Mishawaka, Indiana, they paid Shooter to sign for free all weekend at the con.
Wow.
And
that's awesome.
I got my press pass signed. Dude, I got my press pass signed by Jim Shooter, dude. Come on. That's badass.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did lose a lot of legends this month.
The funny thing is, dude, is I was walking around the floor and I'm like, Jim Shooter's over there signing for free. And all these comic book vendors are making people dig to find Shooter stuff. I would have had stuff, piled. Here's a stack right here of Shooter. Here's a stack just by, selling people stuff all day to go get signed for free, right?
Yeah.
These guys didn't even have, they weren't prepared. I would have had boxes of just stuff that Shooter had his name in, ready to be sold right there so people could go get it signed. Man, it was crazy. Nobody. Except for, Buy Me Toys, they had Shooter stuff.
They were prepared.
But all these other vendors, I was like, man, you guys got to pay attention. If I'd have gone there on Friday and found out Shooter was signing for free, you can bet your ass on Saturday I'd have had boxes with big sign on it. Jim Shooter, come over here and get this $5. Whole
And it's not like there's a shortage of things that Jim Shooter has had his hands in.
Yeah.
No shortage.
But who at a con is digging through boxes unless they're really looking for something specific?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
me.
So, yeah.
So,
I mean, I go by the vendors, and people go up to the dude and if it's something specific, they go up to dude and they ask, and dude points them at a box and they go through that box and they're gone if it ain't there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Specifics. That's what I mean. When I go to con, if I'm looking for comics, I'm definitely looking for specific ones I need for runs or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
But something like that, general, like, man, I would have had boxes of Jim Shooter stuff on the table with a big sign, right? $1, $2, $5, 3 different boxes.
Yeah.
And been unloading Jim Shooter stuff all day, man, right?
Easy sell.
Yeah. Legion of Superheroes was his first, right? When he was like 12.
I think he was like 13 or 14, but yeah, it was right in Legion of Superheroes for DC.
So I was doing an Amazon store, and I was going to all of the going and getting what I would go to all of the thrift stores and pick up whatever comics, anything that I could find to sell that was worth money on Amazon. And I picked up Legion of Superheroes Essentials. And man, I read it, and you can tell it was written by a 13-year-old, but it's still fun. It's actually a really fun series. It makes me laugh out loud. I literally laugh out loud at some of the ridiculousness, but
yeah, that's 90% of whether or not I like a story is whether it can give me an emotional response that actually comes out. It's not just in my mind, haha, or whatever. When I actually bust out laughing or get a chuckle or a goosebump or something sucks and you feel it, you know what I mean? It's like that's the things I'm going to look at book 2 for.
Yeah.
If there's none of that in your book, it probably just went in the box.
Well,
you're probably never going to get looked at again.
That is really why I think that indie stuff is booming so much right now, and there's such a thirst for it because, I mean, I still buy some of the mainstream stuff out of habit. Like, I've got literally, when I say literally, I mean, this is not hyperbole. Every issue of all the X-Men runs except for number 1 and 4 of the original run. I've got everything else up to from the 60s all the way to current, and I still buy the issues. I don't enjoy them when I read them, but I still buy them out of habit. And
I have
okay to enjoy things.
Yeah, I have 2 friends locally, Deece, that have comic book collections of 70,000 books.
Yeah. I'm at about 30.
They're right there with you, right?
Yeah. This is like, that's all long boxes behind me and they just keep going. I'm at about, it's about 35,000 books right now. So
I've only got about 7,000, but that's, that's what's here in this room is about 7,000.
I have a group of friends that were specifically just met on the internet talking about comics, and everyone's got their opinions, and like everyone's like, you can't read Marvel, you can't read because when the wokeness thing came, and like a handful of these people in my group, they're like, if you do this, and it's just like I had this conversation once, like it's okay to enjoy things, even if because the whole thing about entertainment is an escape from the craziness and the chaos that really is reality in life. And so if you have something that's an escape, or what we'd call in my industry self-care, it's okay. It doesn't affect anyone else if you like something that someone else doesn't want to read. Like, don't hate someone because they have a hobby that you don't enjoy. Just be happy, because I actually had someone look me in the eye. We had a conversation that there was a little bit of an issue. We worked our shit out, and he looked me in the eye and he said, it upsets me that you can enjoy things and that you have hobbies, because I don't like anything about my life. I was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I get it. You don't have anything you enjoy. I enjoy things, but that was the most real anyone's ever been with me. I had never even thought that there were people out in this world that don't have hobbies. I didn't know that existed.
I don't know if either of you are old enough to remember But there was a time when woke meant something entirely different.
Oh yeah, it used to mean you knew that 9/11 was an inside job.
No, woke used to mean we see the government and we know what they're doing.
Right,
Mhm.
Period.
Yeah, it
Okay?
came after
We see
9/11.
the government. Nobody sees the government anymore because they're on this other dumbass woke shit.
Yeah, it swings. Everything swings in weird ways. So, but
It's like
yeah,
they take over the meaning of words. They change the meaning of words so that they can direct the narrative in the way they want it to go.
Oh yeah, if you control language, you control.
Yes.
I mean, how information is conveyed and perceived. So that's all. It's all it takes.
There's so many people that don't understand that they're just being manipulated by a single word sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, it's also probably a little bit of the CIA, a dusting of the CIA and MK Ultra, but also
we see them and we know what they're doing. You see, we used to call that woke when we recognized that the CIA was behind it, the government was behind it, the government was covering up, the government did this, the government did that. That's what woke used to mean.
Yep.
That we knew.
Yeah.
But then they took that word and they said, we got to redirect that shit away from us, guys.
Yeah, they rebranded it to be like, I obey the government. It went from meaning, I know the government's corrupt, to meaning, I obey whatever the government says.
Yeah.
So I don't know if either of y'all are familiar with Daniel Quinn, but he did write, I think it was, what's the name of that book? One of the things in one of his books that he wrote was, you control the food, you control the society. Once you put the food in a behind lock and key, people will do whatever you say to get their food. That's all it takes. Yeah. It's the same thing in America with the medicine. We control the medicine. You'll do what we say in order to get your medicine.
Yeah.
If we control the media, we don't even have to control any of that other shit. We just
right. Yeah.
It all just falls in line if we control the media.
Yeah. Ishmael. That was the name of that book. Ishmael. Really good book.
I know that.
Kind of got taken by the left, though.
Yeah. I'm familiar with that book. Yeah.
Yeah. Good information.
That's how we do it here, people. What's your issue? We cover it all, but mainly we want you to go back to Deece's book. We want you to go check him out when he's live in your area doing a comedy show. I wonder if he's ever going to come to Southwest Michigan.
Southwest Michigan? I try not to, but no, I'm kidding. I think I say this every time we talk, but I have friends in Michigan and Indiana. They keep trying to get me to come to that region, and it's just like,
dude, we'll blow you out. We'll even get the Lunatics Fringe to open for you with the live music.
Yeah, I don't have any clubs that I work for, and the closest club I've worked for out there is like there's one in Indianapolis and one in Madison, Wisconsin. Those are the closest things I've worked for, and then otherwise it's like self-producing shows, and then it's just finding a venue and finding it.
So check it out. Check it out
financially
because
worth it.
I'm all about setting things up now. So check this out. Lunatics Fringe bases out of Chicago. We can get one of their venues that's in Eastern Illinois, which is, Northwestern Indiana, Southwestern Michigan. We'll get you in one of the venues that they go at. They can open for you. We will get a bunch of all these people from this area that love you to all go there. We'll do a show.
Yeah, listen, I will go anywhere if there's some sort of budget where it makes sense for me to go there. Listen, the Ayatollah could call me and want a show. I'd be there tomorrow if
he might not come back, but he'd go.
Yeah. If that check cashes, I will go anywhere. Okay.
All right, look, I'm gonna hook you up with Pete and Chris and Mr. Fringe. Guys from the band, I'm gonna hook you up with them. They've been on our shows. They've been out here Chris Stinich was out here not that long ago.
Okay.
Talking about the Party of No, their comic book. And you know who the Party of No is, right?
The party of
That's
no?
everybody telling us we can't have no fun.
Oh yeah.
You see, okay, so that's what their comic book is about, fighting the party of no. And that's what their music is about, okay, because it all fits together. It's awesome, dude. They got those. You guys should get together. That's awesome.
Do we have a visual of your tour dates that are upcoming that we can put on the screen?
Oh,
I'm curious. I'm sure there might be someone in the audience that's curious what you got going on. Maybe you're coming up in one of their areas.
I don't have a graphic. I can tell you that all my stuff for the rest of the year that I have on the calendar is in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and Montana. So I'm not doing a lot. This year I kind of scaled back bigger dates, a lot of touring. It's a lot of local stuff where I can, like Texas, kind of regional shit.
You said, fuck all you people on the east side of Mississippi.
Yeah. What part of Texas?
I mean, that's what's that?
What part of Texas are you in? I'm
in San Antonio.
Okay, cool.
But I'm doing a show at LOL. That's the big improv comedy club here in Texas, San Antonio. I'll be there on the 24th. Let's see. I will be in Rockport, Washington on the 7th. Nope, not doing that one. I'll be at Upstage Comedy Lounge in San Antonio on the 10th. I'll be in let's see, where's that? That's Richland, Washington on the 13th, Yakima, Washington on the 15th and 16th. I will be in, I think, Tacoma on the 17th. I think Ellensburg on the 20th, Oak Harbor on the 21st, Port Townsend on the 22nd, Renton on the 23rd. Those are all Washington dates. Go follow me on Deece.comedy. I post shit there all the time. So
get over there, people.
I'm really not touring as much, like big long stretches of tour this year, because I wanted to focus on the comic book for a year, and I'm doing more conventions. Then 2026 there'll be, I mean, I'm still doing comedy shows every week, but it's like, Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, stuff that I can be gone for a day or two, or sleep and might go and come back and stuff like that.
Well, people who aren't from Texas have no idea how far every city in Texas is from each other. It's still not that close.
No, I mean,
it's like driving across Eastern Europe, just to get to Dallas.
Yeah, it's depending on where you're going in Dallas, it's between 5 and 7 hours from where I'm at. But I mean, luckily San Antonio, even alone, I'm an hour and a half from Austin, so I'll go up to Austin and do stuff. I was up in Austin last night doing a show, and
awesome. Yeah, I go to Dallas every year, and definitely have some work doing in Austin and south of Houston. I'm going to the peyote grounds where they grow the peyote. Do a little documentary out there on peyote. Okay. I'm looking forward to that one.
When is that?
Do what?
When is that?
Spring.
Do you get to test the peyote?
Do what?
Do you get to taste test the peyote?
I mean, I this won't be my first time to go there. Actually, this will probably be my third time out there.
I like how you didn't directly answer whether you do the taste test the peyote or not.
I mean, I'll taste it.
Get that fucking smoke lodge going, baby. Let's go. Let's have
I cannot kill a lie.
Give me a second. I got helicopters overhead.
Vision Quest. I'm ready.
They probably hear you talking about the peyote. They're coming for you.
Vision Quest, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, sorry, that was really loud. I had to shut the door.
Them federales looking for you, bro?
I actually had a run-in with them 2 weeks ago. They are interesting.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's like 14 dudes with guns just like walking. I mean, they come and there's like 8 of them in the back, and they have these like trucks, and they're all standing, and they all got machine guns, and they all hop off and surround just to have a conversation. It's like, okay, guys.
Yeah. What part of Baja are you in?
Uruapan.
Okay.
We're south of Ensenada. There's another one.
I lived in Ensenada for a while. So, oh, that's
I'm
right.
sorry, I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, no, I lived in Ensenada for a while.
Yeah.
And I used to, I mean, I got family down in Mexico. I go there. I used to go there all the time when I still lived in California.
Yeah,
It's an
and I
interesting
love
place.
Ensenada.
I've been to jail in Mexico. Not great.
Not yet.
Yeah, zero out
Experience
of
I'm
10.
hoping not to have.
What's that?
That's an experience I'm hoping not to
It
have.
was not great, but you
I've
know,
heard stories.
not my favorite jail I've ever been in. That's for sure.
Don't go to jail in Dallas either. That's definitely the worst.
I've been. Listen, I went to jail in L.A. County, so that's not great.
Man, I was in Joe Arpaio's fucking jail. And
my cousin was there.
Hold up now. Raton, New Mexico.
My cousin.
You don't want to go to jail in Raton, New Mexico if you're a long-haired white boy.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good either. That does not sound good either.
If you know anything about Raton, New Mexico, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I love you guys. Raton, I love you guys.
But we do want to see other people, Raton.
Yeah, just not your jail. Yeah, just not your jail. Okay? And yeah, that was probably the worst of any jail I ever saw. Yeah. And they probably rebuilt it since then. This is back in the 90s or whatever, so it's probably been remodeled since then. But holy crap, that was a shithole. That was worse than the hole in Maricopa County. Yeah.
So Deece, what was your favorite jail you've ever been in?
Favorite jail? Oh, best jail I've ever been in. Man, that's hard to say. The one in Portland was pretty easy because it's just a bunch of fucking, white suburban kids.
Yeah.
That was pretty easy.
See, I can answer that question too.
Cigarettes and play Xbox.
I can answer that question too. It was the one right here where I live. Got a ticket for suspended license and had to go to jail, and never had to go into a cell.
Oh yeah,
that was the best jail I ever been in. Didn't even have to go in a cell, bro. It was like in, sign some papers, out.
Heck yeah.
That was sweet.
Yeah, that's the one difference. Like in America, if you get in trouble, they kidnap you and put you in a box, and it fucks up your whole life. If you get in trouble out here, it's like $50 to $200, and you just go on with your day. Like I hate government corruption, but I definitely prefer paying like $80 than like losing my job and going.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like why can't we make everything fine based? Because it's almost like easier.
Here's what you got to do. You just got to wait. It depends on the federales. Well, if you're this was with this wasn't the federales. This was the local police. But I was going to. You ever been to Puerto Viejo down there?
I haven't been. No.
Or wait, is it Puerto Viejo? No, Puerto Nuevo. It's that little. It's a little town in just about like an hour south of Tijuana, and it's right on the border. It's this bluff town that overlooks the ocean, and they're known for their steak and lobster. They've got it's a little town. There's only probably like 30 buildings. 20 of them are steak and lobster places, right?
Heck yeah!
Because they catch the fresh lobster right off the right there, and like it's same day shit, and it's good, but it's cheap, so people go down there and eat all the time. And we would, me and my cousins, we'd go down there a couple times a year, and just go hang out for the day, eat some steak and lobster. Right? We're driving, and we're just out of. It wasn't Tijuana; it was the next little town down. But you're just on
Rosarito.
Is it? No, I don't. It might have been. It wasn't Rosary. Anyway, something like that. Yeah, and we're just on this little dirt road going through town, going on the south side of town to head out, and all of a sudden see lights behind me, and I'm like, fuck. He's got his little dirt bike light car. He drives up on me, pulls me over. He's like, no alto, and I'm like, what? No, that stop sign back there? I'm like, I stopped at that stop sign. You know what I'm saying? He goes, no. He goes, you're gonna have to come with me back to, he's telling me this in Spanish. He's like, you have to come with me back to the station, police station. I go, I go, that's not happening. I go, we're going this way. We're going to Puerto Nuevo. We're getting steak and lobster. And I got my two cousins with me. And one of my cousins had just gotten back from Afghanistan. He's a Marine. And he's got another kid with him who's this white boy from Mississippi. This kid has been two places. He's been to the little town he was in Mississippi and fucking Fallujah. Those were the only two places he's ever been in his life, right? And now we have him in Mexico, and he's getting pulled over by cops, and he's like, you know, me and my cousins, we're all Hispanic. We all speak Spanish. This white kid in the back is fucking losing it, right? Because he thinks we're about to be kidnapped by the fucking cartel or some shit. And I'm talking to the guy, and he's like, no, you got to come back with me, this and that. And he goes, and then he looks at my cousin, and he looks at the other guy, again, Marines. So they both have sleeves. They got tattoos, right? And he goes, what's their tattoos? He goes, where's the drugs? Where's the drugs? I'm like, drugs? I go, there's no drugs in this car. What are you talking about? And he goes, you two. He goes, get out of the car. And he makes them get out, and he's searching them. And he opens up the back of my this SUV, and he's like looking through, and my uncle had his golf equipment in the back. It was like golf stuff. So he's like picking up these golf things, looking at them, sniffing them and stuff, like these little like carriers. And he goes, where's the drugs? And I go, there's no drugs. And he goes, why do they have tattoos? And he goes, I go, they're Marines. And he goes, oh, okay. He goes, get back in the car. Okay, go. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, still, he goes, you got to come back with me to the station. And this whole time, I know he's just wanting like a little.
He just wants that money.
He wants this. And I go, listen, man. I go, we're going that way, one way or the other. I'm not going back that way with you. So, and I'm like, I'm not paying this guy shit. He's got nothing. So I go, we can go on our day, and I'll catch you next time. And he just looks at me, goes, okay, but next time, he goes, next time I'm going to get you. And I'm like, all right, next time, buddy, I got to go. And we just took off. And
did you see that Ari Matty bit he did recently on Kill Tony when he was like, I want an American passport. If you've got your eagle on that shit, the whole world will come to save you if you are in trouble. You can deal drugs in Peru. And the entire U.S. military will be there. You know?
That's funny.
Like, people in other countries know they do not want to mess with Americans if they don't have the standing, because it's going to open a can of worms they aren't prepared to deal with.
Yeah. Like I said, he was just wanting a little
God
cash.
bless America.
He wanted a little bit of cash. And I was like, I'm not paying this guy off. You don't got shit on me, buddy. And you don't got enough fucking clout to make me scared.
And you don't have a truck full of guys with guns to make me follow you back.
I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving, man.
We have you outgunned. I have 2 Marines in the back.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm Deece. I'm gonna let you go. I know you're a busy man.
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, and everyone listen again. Go to inferno.earth. Follow the Instagram page, please. Help us build the following. Support the Kickstarter. Follow me on Deece.comedy. Find me at a comedy show.
Sub to his YouTube channel too. He's got one.
I need to be better at that thing. And also, whatever. Unalive more politicians.
I'm happy just resigning them all, but
I like my version better. But whatever you want to do. I didn't say what country. I didn't say specifically.
I'm looking at it like this. Every criminal person in a position of power anywhere in the world, what you said.
Yeah. Well, if they're in a position of power, they're a criminal in my eyes. So,
You know, power corrupts.
yeah. So, anyway, there you go.
Deece, thank you for coming, man. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Y'all have a great day. I'm going to play some ads from some of our favorite people. But first, I have a little something for, what's that guy's name? Colbert?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, right? Dude got fired, right?
Did he?
Yeah, dude got fired to cancel his show. Yeah, no, he didn't just get fired. He ruined the whole fucking legacy of the show. They ain't even going to just like replace him.
Oh, I have to Google this.
The Late Show is over. And I'm going to play a little clip that's going to show you why. This is why, guys, because these people today just don't get it.
People say he'll never take a serious controversy. Well, I have an answer to that. I said, now, tell me the last time that Jack Benny, Red Skelton, any comedian, used his show to do serious issues. That's not what I'm there for. Can't they see that? But you're not. Why do they think that just because you have a Tonight Show that you must deal in serious issues? It's a danger. It's a real danger. Once you start that, you start to get that self-important feeling that what you say has great import. And you know, strangely enough, you could use that show as a forum. You could sway people, and I don't think you should as an entertainer.
Agreed.
Yo, Johnny Carson. Yo, he did it right. He did it right.
A legend.
He was the GOAT for a reason.
Yeah. He knew that would ruin his show if he took a stand too dramatic in either direction. He knew it would ruin everything.
Yeah. Well, I'll never forget that during COVID, that episode of Colbert where the dancing vaccine bottle and this whole song, and you're like, this is the craziest propaganda I have ever seen in my life. That's insane. Like, I mean, I get it. I don't agree with it. I get it. If you want to be pro-vaccine, again, don't agree with it. But hey, if that's your, like, if you're for it, fucking go. That's your thing. I don't give a shit. But also, my God, that is just insane propaganda too.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was freaking horrible. And the funny thing is, Kimmel's next.
Well, Kimmel's been talking about retiring after, I think, next year anyway, for a couple of years. So when he goes, it'll be this, why. But also, late night's been dead for years. It's fucking nobody does. Fucking old people who fall asleep during the news leave it on. Nobody's watching. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't move. I have a friend, a comedian, who did the Tonight Show a couple years ago. They're very funny and they're doing well, but she was on the Tonight Show a couple years ago, and she's like, and I asked her after she did it, I'm like, did it did you get a bunch of bookings? People call it, get more calls, this and that. She's like, no, I didn't notice. I mean, she goes, if anything, I probably got a few more views on my social media, like clips I were posting, because people were posting clips of me on there, but it didn't get me more bookings. It got me nothing. It's not that form of media is such a fucking dinosaur. We are
the replacement for the dinosaur media.
Yeah, it's like, why would you stay up to watch something with commercials? You can get that same information anywhere, anytime, instantly.
Yep.
It's insane. Yep. And the funniest thing is they don't realize what a relic it is yet. People don't realize that it's like this. The executives are still so up their own ass.
They think that they matter. Yeah, they don't understand that the internet killed the television star, and they think that they're self-important. They think that they matter, and literally no one cares.
Yeah,
I don't even know the names of new actors.
Oh,
No.
No.
If they weren't in a Marvel movie or a DC movie, I don't know who they are.
That's just it. The networks are dead, but streaming is alive.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's like
the networks are dead. Nobody cares about new network shows. I mean, unless it turns out to be something really good, nobody cares.
Why would you go stay up till 11 o'clock to watch a shitty monologue, some dumb sketch, with commercials and have a 5-minute interview of someone when you can go listen to a 3-hour podcast with that person or whatever. You can go directly to that. And like, it's dead. People don't, it's gone. Change.
Didn't that Call Your Daddy girl, the podcast is like one of the biggest podcasts, that Kamala Harris, didn't she lose her podcast recently? I believe I'd heard that she just she just lost her following like overnight. Like people just stopped turning in.
Oh, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I know that
you don't have no more content, you're going to lose your following. That's first thing that I was told when I started doing this is if you're not consistent, it ain't going to work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's number one is consistency.
Okay. So we've been consistent for years now. Weekly shows, that go off when they're supposed to. We've been doing this for a while, man, and I love doing this. And I hate to say it, but TV is really where we're going, Roku.
Heck yeah, Roku.
I mean,
but is Roku TV or streaming?
Roku is a TV. They make their own TVs, actually. They make Roku TVs. Roku is like Fire Stick or anything else. It's all the streaming network. It's everything. You can get all the networks on it as their apps or whatever, but you get to load it however you want with the stuff you want.
So, Jonathan, it looks like that caller daddy and the host, is her name Alex Cooper?
I don't know, but that's a cool ass name. like the fucking rocker.
That's the funny thing is I never even knew her name.
Neither did I.
She apparently, after she had Kamala Harris on her podcast and her personally, there was a purge of thousands of followers and listeners, and she still has a big audience. Thousands is still. She's got hundreds of thousands of people listening, but she did get a dump.
But Carson was right. That's the point I was getting at. Don't ruin your brand,
Yeah.
I mean, look, everybody knows that I lean conservative, but at the same time, I'm a constitutionalist. And right now, you kind of got to lean a little conservative if you want to preserve the damn thing.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't lean like out there where the fucking extremes are. And I think the extremes on both sides are the problem.
Yeah.
I always tell people I'm politically Amish. I just want to make churning butter great again. Give me a farm, give me a gun, take my television.
Yeah, man.
Give me a wife with like 15 kids. If I could have 3 of those wives, I'd be even happier.
Oh, man.
Look at the Mormonism. I don't know.
That's the thing. People always like, Mormon. You look at that. You get like 3 wives. I'm like,
Sounds like a lot.
I feel like I want like a third of a wife. If I could get can I get just like.
I'm gonna get out of here before you lose your female fans, bro.
Oh man! If I haven't lost it by now with all the shit I've said in my life, they're sticking around for good. So.
There you go. That's good. That's a good way to look at it. Hey, thank you everybody for watching. We will be back. Let's see. We got some kind of a giant launch party tonight. Lori Calcaterra, Ed Davis, and Sarah White are all launching their comics tonight on the Madness, and it's going to be a great show. Tune in about 6 o'clock, yo.
I'm going to try to be there, guys. I'm going to try to be in the comments, that is, and watch you guys. Sounds like a good time.
ADHD Theater after that at 9. And I don't know. I might find something special to replace Freewheeling Friday tonight. Ryan will be back next week, and Freewheeling Friday will be back with us. So thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, that guy tonight, 9 o'clock with that guy on ADHD Theater.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Y'all have a good day. We will see you in a bit. Peace.
Great Friday.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
Hi, I'm Lori Calcaterra from the Tuesday Morning Brew, and I have a hot take for you. My friends, I am tired of remix, reboot, recycle, sequel, prequel. Aren't you? Like, where is all the new stuff? I want to know what's new in comics, in movies, in novels, and music. But for that, my friend, you gotta go to indie. Here on the Tuesday Morning Brew, we like to go right to the source. I interview indie creators, writers, artists, musicians, novelists, actors, you name it. They're all on the show, and it helps us keep a pulse on what's new, what's poppin', and what people are passionate about. Join us on Roku every week and other platforms live on Tuesdays. And no matter if you're drinking coffee, tea, or the tears of your readers, make sure you tune in to the Tuesday Morning Brew.
Come on. Oh! Okay, all right. Now the pressure's on. I call it in. Well, we'll cut that. Cut it.